Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Red Dead Redemption 2 video, we are going to be telling the untold story of the Aberdeen Pig Farm. So there's actually some new details that I discovered today that I think are going to shock you. So I'm sure you guys know by now the story of the Aberdeen Pig Farm, so I'm not going to be rehashing that in this video. If you're interested in some of the story and the background of the Aberdeen Pig Farm, which is a home robbery in Red Dead Redemption 2. I'll leave a link to some of the better videos I've done on this subject in the description, so you can get caught up and then come back to this one. This is going to be the untold story, things that you have to dig for in order to find, but we get a ton of background here. So I briefly mentioned this in my previous video, but as soon as you enter the Aberdeen Pig Farm, Bray wants you to go check in on Tammy, which is a little bit weird because you initially think that that's his wife. But anyways, you go upstairs, you confront her at the mirror. Needless to say, it's a little bit awkward. And one of the first few things you can gather is a family photograph. And it generates a unique line of dialogue from Tammy. She says it's an old family photo, got damaged, unfortunately. And it looks like that photo is of Bray herself and then her mom and her dad, but her eyes on both her parents are crossed out, like scratched out. And that seems kind of weird. And on the back it says Aberdeen Family Christmas 1878, which reveals that that happened about 21 years ago. So it gives us a little bit of a better idea of how old Bray and Tammy are. I estimated that they were about 30 or 40 years old, roughly somewhere around there. Now, a couple of other interesting things that you can do is if you decide to loot around their bedroom, it'll actually generate some unique lines of dialogue as well, which is kind of funny. You're literally taking things from their bedroom and they start to yell at you a little bit, but they still allow you to hang around in the house. Now, one thing you might not have known with the Aberdeen Pig Farm, there's actually this armoire upstairs that you can open, and it actually triggers a little bit of a special cutscene from Arthur. And on the inside, you can see two dolls, and you can see a bunch of bones and a human skull. And upon doing that, Arthur immediately goes these guys are sick. Well, I thought that was the end of it. But it turns out that if you discover this while they're still alive, it will trigger a special line of dialogue with both Bray and Tammy, where you can actually confront both of them. Take a listen to this right here. This is kind of cool.
So, I opened the door up there and saw some bones. Human bones.
Oh, that's my mama. Rest in peace. I just couldn't bring myself to bury her. This way is better.
So that is so messed up. Bray says that that's his mom. He just couldn't bring himself to bury her. And he says that this way is better. Ooh, so that's his mom's bones up there. Ooh, that's creepy. And we can also confront Tammy about this, and she will say something very similar.
I found some bones in an armoire. What's that about?
Oh, you met Mama? She always did love visitors. We like to keep her here with us.
Man, these people give me the shivers. She says, have you met Mama? She always did love visitors. We like to keep her here with us. Boy, oh boy, that is very, very creepy. So after that, I decided to sit down at the dinner table. And once that happens, you'll obviously get a cutscene. Now, from here, you can have the option to either continue drinking, which will make you pass out, or you can stand up and leave. And if you stand up and leave, you can actually listen to the couple talking to each other, which is so weird. I'm just going to warn you guys here. It gets very, very strange. But take a listen to these lines of dialogue that they have with each other.
Well, we still can enjoy ourselves, princess.
See? He doesn't want to leave.
Come on, friend. Sit yourself back down and loosen up a bit. Life's too short.
I know just what he wants.
You know what any man wants. Honey pie.
One drink. What's the worst that could happen?
What a shame, partner. We were just starting to have a good time.
Got myself all warmed up for nothing.
Oh, not for nothing, princess.
All this food. I think I'm gonna need a lie down.
Maybe once our guest leaves, we can have a little dessert upstairs, honey pie.
Ooh, you've always been the naughty one. What's a meal without a drink and some fun to follow? Real shame you don't want to join us.
I can't wait to get to the fun.
That's what Paul used to say.
I'm a chip off the old block, all right.
Well, we had a bit of fun, didn't we, honey?
We sure did.
So I am going to assume that you guys know that they are not husband and wife. They are brother and sister, which makes that entire conversation that you just listened to absolutely the creepiest thing in the entire world. Now, as I was actually walking around their house, I discovered that there was a room that I had never been in before. And the only way to access it is through the outside. Like, it's not connected to the inside of the house. And I had never been in here before. This is legitimately the first time that I had been inside this room. And it looks like it's this tool shed outside, but there's a lot more going on in here. You can see that there is a lot of clothing. I can only imagine this is the clothing that they take off of the poor visitors that actually come to their residence and that they dump in the body pit. So that's creepy that right there is probably the clothing of people that are already dead. There's also like a ton of handcuffs and chains and restraints. I don't even want to know what those are used for. That's pretty creepy. It looks like there's like moonshine making equipment in here or something. I have no idea. And then there is a lockbox as well. And the lockbox has a good amount of money. I think it has somewhere around the lines of like $63, $65, $70, something along those lines. I had no idea that this was even out here. And so I literally just robbed those guys blind. And if you come back to the house, they don't actually like react to the fact that you just robbed from them, which is so strange. Now, as I'm sure you guys know, you can actually return to the Aberdeen Pig Farm a second time if you refuse the food they're offering to you on the first visit. And doing this will actually trigger some more unique lines of dialogue that you can have with the couple. The first is Tammy. This is what she says to you when she tries to make you try the stew.
I knew you wouldn't be able to stay away. Here, open up. Let me know if it needs more cream. Guess you came here hungry for something else. Come on, try one bite. It was my mother's recipe. All right, make sure you get it all in. You're a fussy one, aren't you? Oh well, your loss.
So again, pretty creepy stuff right there. And now let's listen in on Bray. Things get very weird here.
Ma and Pa, you brought this on yourselves. Look who's here.
I figured I'd check in on you while I was passing through.
Right to pass down. Starts to heal. That's what they say. It was the only way we'd all have peace. Oh, we kept telling you, leave us alone. Wish we could have given you a proper burial. But things ain't never perfect. But you loved them pigs.
They ain't well.
I couldn't pass on a free ticket to the freak show.
Takes one to know one. Chore after chore. Interminable squealing. That look. Ma. Judging us. Chop, chop. Bye. Tears of red. An act of love. Together, always. Sweet. Like roses. My angel.
So you can see that Bray was literally writing down about him murdering his mom and dad. Like, he's literally just saying these words out loud, which is so creepy. Like, these people are literally insane. That's all I've got to say here. But the fact that he was like writing down almost like a therapy session, that he had murdered his mom and dad, that to me is just crazy. And then, of course, you can choose to play out the rest of the scenario if you want. We all know how that ultimately plays out. Now, one thing I wanted to do here is I wanted to come back to the Aberdeen Pig Farm in the epilogue. It's something I had never done before. So I came as John Marston, and things were quite different when I got inside the house. So if you make it to the epilogue and you've still never visited the Aberdeen Pig Farm, the story will be the exact same. But if you have, you'll notice that the house is completely empty. Like, it's been ransacked. All the furniture has been removed. There's a bunch of trash in there. There's still like photos on the wall, but everything has been removed. It's like someone came in here and stole all of their furniture, all of their goods. The armoire is missing with the skull and bones and stuff like that. There's still those weird things underneath the floorboard, but other than that, there's not a lot of stuff in here. So Rockstar actually went to the detail to like completely remove the inside of their house. Like someone had been, living in here and just trashing it up for the last 7 years. So anyways, that right there is the untold story of the Aberdeen Pig Farm that you might not know about in Red Dead Redemption 2. As always, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Let me know what you think about this mystery and more. If you did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily Red Dead Redemption 2 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.